So actually, we as a consumer, we don't.
Are you aware of the average unit?
All of you are kings and queens in your own home with your own throne, and you can sit up and decide and let the business continue to woo you.
Welcome to another episode of Consumer Voice. This is the in-house program of the Consumer Protection Council, CPC, that tells you all about your rights as a consumer and what to do whenever you feel they have been breached. Today, we will be discussing cybercrimes as it affects you. And to discuss this, I have a guest from the Consumer Protection Council. You can expect an enlightening episode. Still on the program are our usual segments. But first, this is what Nigerians have to say about cybercrimes. When we return, we'll go straight to our discussion segment. Stay with us.
In our local language, say they are 419ers. People, the yahoo boys. And if it's legal, they call them yahoo boys. You know, these guys that goes on the internet, fake themselves, even on Facebook and all of that, just to collect from you. My friend was a victim sometimes. You know, somebody claimed to be a friend who he has not seen before. Along the line, she said she need money for her school fees. She lost her dad. You know, she's in Liberia and all of that. My friend sent money, and at the end, she wasn't responding any longer, meaning, you know, she duped him.
It happens to me some time ago. I met a guy on the Facebook. He told me that he's from Senegal, that his father died and left $350,000 for him. And now he wants to do business, and he doesn't even know the kind of business he will embark on. So I should help him. Immediately I saw it. I know that he's an internet fraudster. I told him to kick out of my way.
The first thing that makes people to go into it is poverty, especially among the students, because most students don't want to read again. All what they want is money, and the government we have doesn't even provide. We have majority of graduates that are out there. After they even finish 5 years, 6 years, they don't have employment. So that's why so many people, maybe when they're in school, they go into internet fraud because that one makes money faster.
There should be a means of enlightenment. Yes, because there are little things people don't know. Like my friend someone just told her, let me see, or they were at the ATM, and because of little problems, someone asked her, are you using this bank? Let me just see your card. Just looked at it front and back, and the next thing she's receiving alerts of purchases that she doesn't know about.
I think the government should look for a way to curb this, so that most of our youth will not be going into these. And another way is also to create jobs for these youths to avoid this, because I believe that is the major reasons why most of them go into it, because they lack job. They don't have jobs, and so they sit down in their house, use their system and do on. Even the women, and even somehow allowing the men to use them. And I want to say it is not right.
I've not been a victim so far because I've been very careful. When it comes to online things, I'm very, very skeptical about that.
Welcome back. As promised earlier, I have an expert from the Consumer Protection Council, Mr. Jerry Bent, a principal program analyst and the head of the IT department here at the CPC. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thanks for having me.
You've just heard what Nigerians have to say about cyber attacks, cyber crimes. You are the experts. What do you want us to understand by cyber crimes?
Okay. For the benefit of our consumers, our viewers, I'll try and be as simple as possible. Now, cybercrime has to do with any practice, any act that takes advantage of information technology, electronic or digital technology to commit any crime or malicious act. This could range from trying to steal financial information, personal details, just to carry out a crime online. And of course, you know, we have different kinds of IT technologies in use. Of course, your computer, your basic computer, your laptop is there, and you have your handheld devices as well. So this can be perpetrated through any device, you know, taking advantage of information technology. So that is basically what cybercrime means.
Okay, because, I mean, this sort of crime can happen to anyone based on what you've just said. Literally everyone in Nigeria right now could be affected because Nigeria is going cashless. It can happen to anyone, to any organization. How much concern is this really to every consumer in Nigeria that uses IT technology, especially in a cashless society?
Well, now, first of all, cybercrime involves everybody. Everybody. Let me just roll out some facts. Now, according to Data IT, they said that their report last year, they said that Data Group IT, they said that cybercrime costs Nigeria about 78 billion naira every year in losses.
Oh, wow.
That's in direct financial crimes and also in terms of downtime. So that means hours of productivity. If you quantify that, of course, if you monetize it, it all adds up to that about 78 billion annually. Whoa. That's a huge amount. And according to the Center of Intelligence Studies, a research sponsored by McAfee, an IT security firm, they said, according to their report, that globally it caused the global economy about 300 billion in losses annually. And that is even a conservative estimate. It could go as high as 500 billion. And you know, the global population is about 7.3 billion. So if you divide it per head, we're talking about some huge amount of money.
Oh, wow.
Now, putting all that into perspective, you know that this affects everybody. It affects everybody from organizations and you, the basic user of just IT.
Okay, now that worries me already. So this informs my next question then. Yeah. Considering how much it affects everyone, it's only wise to ask, what sort of crimes are we talking about? What sort of crimes could affect us online? Should we be watchful about?
Well, let me start from the one that Kaspersky rates. Kaspersky is an internet security firm, sorry, an IT security firm. Now, according to their rating last year, there's the cybercrime that is highly rated is called social engineering. You can say phishing. Now, let me just use the normal Nigerian phrase, yahoo yahoo. Now, it is high on the list for Nigeria and even globally as number one. Phishing crimes are topmost in the list of security breaches we have. Now, why that is because it's very easy to carry out. You do not need to be IT savvy to carry that out. You just need to, you just need to be smart, street smart. For example, and let's come to the basic, let me give you the real life scenario so that you'll be able to, yes. The real life scenario is somebody calling you up and saying, "Hi Florence, how are you?" And like, "Who is this?" "This is Michael." And you're like, "Michael who?" "Michael Schumacher." "I do not know you. Please." You work at the CPC, your sister works here, and he gives you some information that ties you down. You know, you went to so secondary school, we met at so and so, you can't remember me and all that. And he says something that you just connect with and you say, "Oh, okay, sorry, you know, I forgot who you are." Then he now engages you in a conversation to the point of getting something out of you. It might not be financial, but maybe something that he can use to attack you. Now, this is a normal, conventional sense. It could be one-on-one, somebody walking up to you to get that kind of information so that he uses it for personal, you know, selfish or maybe criminal acts. Now, you have the same thing happening online. What IT does is just basically expand the space of communication. It's now deploying the use of emails, text messages, telling that you've won a lottery. Call this number to retrieve, to get your prize. When you do that, and they say, "Okay, good, come to so and so place, do this," then they give you reasons why they cannot send it directly unless you maybe send 5,000 naira worth of credit to them, and they will put your cash in whatever. And people, you know, irrespective of how silly it sounds, a lot of people have been victims. Yeah, they're falling into it. Then the worst ones, you hear things like a bank account has been frozen for years and billions of dollars there, and all they just need is a trustworthy person that they can transfer this huge amount of money in, you know, so that we can share the spoils. And people fall victim. A lot of people fall victim. We have cases from people in the UK saying that Nigerian fraudsters online had made them to part with hard-earned money, retirement money, and EFCC has helped in retrieving